Hello and welcome to NDTV. We are coming to you live from the Bharat Mandapam where the AI Impact Summit is underway. Over the next couple of days, global leaders from more than 20 countries would be arriving here, apart from 45 ministerial delegations, talking about AI, technology disruptions and what the future looks like. They will also be debating with the top CEOs and tech honchos what the future looks like and what will be India's contribution really in the next few years. To discuss that and a lot more, joining me live here is one and only Jimmy Wales, the co-founder of Wikipedia. Thank you very much, Jimmy, for taking out time for NDTV. A lovely morning here in New Delhi. What are your thoughts on the AI Summit?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all the energy of India. All these people coming together from all around the world. I know when I first heard about the event, I thought it would be big. It's bigger than that. It's an amazing event.
Well, one thing that is known from India is that the common people play a very key role in bringing in color, but also innovation. So in this particular case, we've had more than 2 lakh registrations, more than 200,000 people coming here, arriving here. It's been quite a challenge for the government to really handle the entire situation. But when it comes to India's contribution to artificial intelligence, what kind of breakthroughs, innovation do you think that India is really making in this regard?
Well, I think it's really interesting about India. Like for us, for Wikipedia, it's like the 3rd largest group of people contributing to English Wikipedia, and of course we're in 25 Indic languages. So we see that very tech-savvy young community in India with a lot of energy. They are, of course, looking at AI. One of the interesting and positive things about AI is its facility with language and in different languages that needs to be improved, of course, but that's pretty exciting. So I think India is very well poised with a strong tech sector, a lot of software developers who are now able to increase their productivity and a very entrepreneurial culture. I think it's a very exciting time.
Also, often the claims being made and what we see around us is that the AI also slowly is getting into a dangerous terrain, especially when we speak about global conflicts. The biggest of all in the recent times has been the Russia-Ukraine conflict over the last 4 years. There is increasing role of artificial intelligence when it comes to the battlefield, when it comes to robotics, weapons being used. So do you think that increasingly the AI could be used for weaponization when it comes to ideologies, when it comes to the battlefields? Who really decides where the line can be drawn?
Well, I mean, for us, we're all about knowledge. I know nothing about weapons, so I can't really speak to that. Sure. Obviously, I see the news like anyone. But when we think about, in the realm of ideas, this is one of the reasons we think knowledge is such an important part of it. We think about knowledge as always needing a human in the loop because the AIs can produce a lot of text. Is it valid or is it invalid? You need a human to really tell you that.
And on the regulation part, the safety part, which has been the top focus, be it in the first AI summit in UK or thereafter in South Korea, and last year the Action Summit in France, safety and regulation has been a huge debate. Be it in US, in China, or the European Union, which brought in a legislation in this regard as well. So again, you say that humans play a significant role, but can governments really take the lead in this? Can they actually control this? Or do you think the public-private partnerships is the way ahead?
I mean, I think public-private partnership is the only possibility. I mean, governments are always a little bit slow to understand, a little bit slow to act. It can be very clumsy in the way that they regulate. At the same time, that public-private partnership means, really encouraging the development of positive use cases, really engaging with the citizens in new ways. And also we should, in addition to the dangers, we should also remember such huge, exciting things going on in medicine, for example, with the use of this technology to really be able to look at very neglected diseases and things like this. So it's an exciting time, it's a scary time. This is the world we live in.
One thing that I've noticed over the years, and it's been 25 years of Wikipedia?
25 years.
Wow, incredible really, Jimmy. But on Wikipedia, ideologies really do not play a role. Your focus has been that public being given the platform to really spread knowledge in many ways. But has this been a problem that, there have been various debates that, the editing mechanism in Wikipedia is almost free for all. Volunteers can come in, they can edit as per their own aspirations, etc. But in future, how do you see AI taking control of editing, or do you think humans again will have a larger role?
I mean, I think it will all be humans. The community is already beginning to use AI tools a little bit here and there on the edges. They're very skeptical because we see how bad they actually are in terms of hallucinations and errors and things like this. But you know, we always think, I always think a lot about the health of the community. If you have a community that values truth, that values discourse, that values neutrality, then you can struggle with this. Of course, there's always some problem somewhere. This is the nature of human life, but you know, we're very passionate about keeping our core vision to that really belief in knowledge for everyone.
Jimmy, one of the concerns for India has been disinformation. Disinformation plays a significant role in the times of the social media. You know, millions of people out there putting out their own things. In fact, the news breaks first on social media, then it goes to the television channels or the newspapers. So how does the AI now counter disinformation? You know, India had this 4-day war last year with Pakistan. And one of the things observed by experts was the kind of disinformation that was coming in. Now, look at European Union. They have a platform called EU versus disinformation that has been playing a leading role in this entire exercise. So, are you concerned that disinformation is a huge challenge? I mean, X did come up with the community notes, but that is also based on the number of you know, replies that come in, perhaps ideologically linked.
Yeah, you know, it is a huge problem, and social media is grappling with it, some better than others, of course. For me, I hope that the public begins to realize the value of journalism, the value of traditional journalism. To say just because something comes across your social media, that doesn't mean it's true at all. We really need to wait, be more reflective, think about, is it confirmed in reliable sources and things like this. This is how we do things in Wikipedia, is we don't accept just like a random thing floating across the internet as being true. You really need quality behind it.
Well, people would love to hear briefly your own story, because we are talking about a very different era, Jimmy. Today, you know, it's the technology, you know, which is taking the center stage. 25 years back, you know, sitting perhaps in another part of the world, how did this idea of Wikipedia really come in? Were there some personal, you know, anecdotes about your family, etc., that motivated you? Could you explain that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was working on a project before Wikipedia called Newpedia, very top-down, very controlled. And then I have a daughter who was born and she was very ill. And it made me realize, like, I can't keep doing it the slow way. We have to do something faster, and decided to try the Wiki model in a moment of desperation because the old system wasn't working. And we had more work done in 2 weeks than in almost 2 years. So it was a very exciting time for the internet, to try new things, to explore new things. I'm actually excited for young people today working in technology, because these new AI tools mean new opportunities to do amazing and positive things, and I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Also, I want to put you on a spot now. You know, Jimmy, you've spoken about Wikipedia, you've spoken about the AI transformation and disruptions, but what are Jimmy Wales' predictions now over the next 25 years, or perhaps in the next few years, when it comes to AI, when it comes to internet overall? Do you think AI is the new internet in many ways because it's a new disruption, or do you think there are possibly some, you know, unimaginative predictions that could happen in the next few years?
Yeah, people ask me, what do you think will be the next big thing in 25 years? I said, well, if I knew that, I would start working on it today, of course. I think in the next few years, it's clearly AI is here to stay, amazing breakthroughs and amazing improvements. I mean, for me, one of the really interesting things is what's going on in the open source community. People pay more attention to what's going on at the big players with the proprietary AIs, but there's a lot of really exciting stuff going on with people running AI locally on their laptops, and new innovations in the software to allow people with less hardware requirements to run AI. That obviously has some huge geopolitical implications. You don't have to be the richest companies in the world. You can be a smaller startup in India doing something amazing with AI. So I think there's a lot that's hard to predict right now because it's changing so quickly.
All right, Jimmy, you came here. One last question to you. On India, you know, this is your third visit to India. How much of Jimmy Wales do we see more with India? Do we see more of collaboration with government or the private sector? There are a lot of volunteers who are contributing to the Wikipedia out here, perhaps in lakhs, perhaps in millions. What would be your message to those volunteers, but also the India Jimmy Wales contribution?
Well, to be clear, this is my third trip to India this year, and it's only February, so I've been to India many times. I love India, it's one of my favorite places to visit. The Indian community and Wikipedia are so full of energy, so full of excitement. Kerala. I met with the local community there. They were telling me about their projects, working with libraries and schools, things that you don't see in the news headlines, but these wonderful volunteers really passionately helping to share knowledge and educate the next generation. That's what I'm excited about.
Well, Jimmy Wales, thank you very much for joining here on NDTV.
Lovely.
That was the Wikipedia co-founder, Jimmy Wales, clearly indicating how the technology and AI are going to disrupt but also change life significantly over the next few years. And here's to Jimmy Wales and India contributing to a newer and a safer world.